And it's just all propaganda.
That's right. They use fads. Taylor, good job. Keep it up. Don't stop. Let's go to Heather in Indiana. You're on the air.
Hi, how are you? We are Prison Planet TV members. We support you. We watch your videos. We show everybody that we can. We liked seeing you on Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura. It was great. We've been listening to you the whole time, and everything that you've been saying about Glenn Beck, yeah, we totally agree with you. We're not Glenn Beck fans at all. Have a couple of family members who were, and then started showing them some of your movies and your iPodcasts that they download and things like that, and now they're beginning to wake up as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, the reason that I'm calling, though, is I'm not trying to steer you away from what you've been talking about, but we have 4 small children, and I have become adamant about wanting to take them out of public school and homeschool them. There's a whole bunch of cutbacks going on. They're going to be enlarging classroom sizes. They can't have the lights on at school. They're taking away art. They're taking away music.
Yeah, let me stop you. This is the oldest trick. Don't fill the potholes. Don't put new radios in the police cars. The taxes go up and up and up, but everything goes to interest to the bankers. All these new taxes, but you can't have the lights on. Austerity. It's for the environment. Absolutely. Look, we homeschool our children. If you can do it, even if it means a lifestyle cutback, because only one of you can work, it is the best thing to do. Or put them in a small Christian school.
That's exactly. My husband works. I'm a stay-at-home mom anyway, and 2 are in school and 2 are not old enough to be in school yet. But my husband's concern is he shows me these stories that people have their children taken away by the government because they're homeschooled.
That's right, and they're doing that even though there's no law against homeschooling, and the homeschoolers have the highest test scores and the best sociability, everything. They want to create a chilling effect so you don't. So you're not living in a free country in your own mind if that keeps you from it.
No.
I wouldn't act like you're doing anything suspicious or bad. You're homeschooling, and that's the end of it. And you just don't answer the door if the CPS shows up. But yeah, I mean that is one of these chilling effects they've created.
Well, it's pretty sad when my second grader comes home and she's brilliant and has been doing math for before she was in school. And it's pretty sad when she brings home math where she could get the same answer, but she's not allowed to get the same answer because it's not their way. And me and my husband can't even help her anymore. I mean, it's just...
look, it's simple. In a free society, you want to raise your own children, and you're afraid to because of the state.
Hounded by debt collectors with phone calls and letters? Thinking of calling a debt relief company? Don't. Greedy lawyers and debt companies charge thousands. Why pay when you can get their solution absolutely free with New York Times best-selling author Herb Kay's #1 debt secret, the how-to on stopping the calls without paying the debt companies. Yes, free for a very limited time. Here's Herb Kay.
Don't get ripped off by credit repair companies when I can give you the information you need to do it yourself for free.
Herb K was right. His free information helped me stop the calls and settle my debt.
What have you got to lose? Stop the calls now, get out of debt, and have more money. Get Herb K's #1 debt secret absolutely free now. Call 888-352-7726. That's 888-352-7726. 888-352-7726.
Originally, we the people have entrusted government to be the guardians of currency, to ensure purity, content, weights, and measures of gold and silver coins citizens would use for commerce. This reinstalled confidence after the demise of the fiat continental system, wisdom being lost with time. The government we once entrusted to protect from counterfeit has colluded with private business, creating the largest fiat counterfeiting scheme our country ever experienced. This is not only a transfer of power to an institution that is not accountable to our elected government, but has also caused the dollar to lose more than 90 cents of its original value. Now, foreign governments are trying to divest themselves from this once world reserve currency. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I'm offering a book that explains how the system works. Call me today at 800-686-2237. I will give you a silver dollar free just for purchasing the book. Call today at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
You may be new to freeze-dried foods. You may have storable food questions. You may want to buy your freeze-dried foods from a very reputable company and not go broke in the process. Welcome to the Freeze-Dry Guy. Okay, actually, we're more than just one guy. We're a California-based company that's been serving our U.S. military and other government agencies with the finest in freeze-dried storable foods and emergency rations since 1970. See all about us at freezedryguy.com. With Freeze-Dry Guy freeze-dried foods, you can and will be ready for just about any unexpected crisis. Freeze-Dry Guy foods are delicious, require little preparation, and will taste just as fresh decades from now as they do today. Just add hot water and serve. Backpackers consistently rate us #1 year after year as the best tasting and ease of preparation. Isn't that what you want for your family? Visit freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-FOOD. That's 866-404-3663 or go to freezedryguy.com. Freeze-Dry Guy, the best you can buy.
Coming up, Newsweek attacking yours truly on a weekly basis now. Want to go over some of their disinfo, what happened with Glenn Beck and his key sabotage or attempted sabotage of Deborah Medina. I want to get into really even more important news. Obama just says, look, I'm going after your guns with executive power. I'm going after the borders with executive power. I'm setting up a police state with executive power. I'm federalizing your police with executive power. I am doing all of this. I'm going to launch new wars. I'm going to pass the greenhouse gas taxes. I don't need any stinking Congress. Right now, let's go back to your calls. Let's talk to Amanda in Florida. Amanda, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. This is kind of off the subject, but my parents are sitting down right now as we speak with a gentleman saying that the government's going to give you a $3,000 credit on your taxes if you put up solar panels, but the catch is you can only use the government-approved companies. There's about 35 of them. And he also said that in Hawaii it's mandatory. And then he thinks that Florida is going to start making it mandatory that you have to put these certain solar panels.
Yes, and then it's a boondoggle, and they don't. Most the states have passed it under federal funds, but the states have to tailor the laws to match the feds. And then in some states, it's only a few companies, and it's a big boondoggle, so it's overpriced. Then it costs more than you were told, and they force you to get the health care. They force you to get the solar panels, and then they make you wire that into the regular grid, and then you just get the, quote, credit for putting panels on your house. So they're telling you how to live, what to do. Oh, it's for the greening. Oh, it sounds reasonable. Everybody heard about California passing regulations where the government controls your thermostat. At first they said, oh, well, we'll just tax you when you use too much power. Now they're saying, no, we're going to control how hot or how cold your house is, but we'll only do it in power shortages. Remember, Enron got caught 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago now. Wow, almost 10 years ago, jacking up power rates and then having fake blackouts and brownouts to create the perception that there was no power, artificial scarcity so people would pay more. This is all part of the new green tyranny, all based on the lie that carbon dioxide is deadly poison. So the fraud's exposed, but they're still going ahead with it. And so, yeah, you better buy my product from me because it's going to be the law anyway soon, instead of you having the option to get your own solar power. See, if they can make you take the solar systems they want, the solar power systems, then in the future you can't even have the systems you want. Do you understand how this works?
Oh, I totally understand. They even made her fill out a questionnaire about how she feels like on a scale of 1 to 5, how important it is to try and save our precious oil.
They made her? I mean, people are so passive now. I mean, I wouldn't answer the door with some punk salesman.
And I questioned her, and I questioned the salesman. I said, "What? You need to ask yourself why the government's saying use these companies. Why? What's the purpose behind it?" And she's like, "Well, he showed me a pretty grid that shows that only, we use all this electric, but it's only 40% of all the energy that we use." And I'm like, I could make you a pretty grid and say whatever I want to say on it. Is that going to make you believe this?